clips from the testimony of Carrie Roberts, and clips from interviews with Karen Read. Read has never testified under oath.
As you come down Fairview, there's a bit of a decline and it curves to the left. And my eyes are peeled. And I said, he's right there. John looked like a buffalo on the prairie.
Now, as you're driving along and driving down Fairview, what is it that you're doing? What, if anything, do you observe Mr. McCabe doing? And then what, if anything, do you observe the defendant?
Well, we were looking for John walking or wherever he may be. So I'm driving and looking on both sides, and I think Jen was looking on both sides, and Karen she would be in the back seat, then she'd be in between us, then she'd be in the back seat, and then in between us.
And as you came down the hill on Fairview, what, if anything, what happened then?
Jen said, my sister's house is right up here, and all of a sudden Karen said, there he is. Let me the F out of this car, and she started kicking the door.
And how was she kicking the door?
With her feet. Well, how was she kicking the door?
How hard was she kicking the door?
Pretty hard. I mean, she wanted to get out of the car, but it was locked, because once you start driving, the back doors lock. So I looked over, and I didn't see anything. And I looked at Jen, and I said, she's crazy. And I unlocked the door, and I sat back and watched. And she ran over to a mound of snow.
So after the defendant gets out of the vehicle, what did you do? Where did you go?
When I realized it was him or someone, I ran over and I dug his head out of the snow.
So John's laying there, his left and his right, and I approached John from the left. That's where the street is. And he had a piece of glass, like, perched on his nose, like just wedged like a splinter would be. And I just pulled it, and as soon as I pulled it, it just gushed blood down his face.
And do you recall how his body was positioned as far as how, was he on his stomach, on his back, on his side?
He was on his back.
And so you brushed some snow away from his head, is that correct?
Off his face.
And when you were brushing the snow off his face, what, if anything, did you observe about his face or the condition of him?
He had blood coming out of his nose and his mouth. And his right eye it looked like a golf ball. His left eye was fine, but the right eye looked like a golf ball.
He didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see.
And when you were brushing the snow off his face, what, if anything, did you observe about his face or the condition of him?
He had blood coming out of his nose and his mouth. And his right eye it looked like a golf ball.
He didn't look mortally wounded as far as I could see.
And when you were brushing the snow off his face, what, if anything, did you observe about his face or the condition of him?
He had blood coming out of his nose and his mouth. And his right eye it looked like a golf ball.
And what struck me when I saw him was his mouth was open a little bit and his eyes were shut, and he had spots of blood in different areas on his face.
Now, you mentioned that you wiped some snow from around his head. What, if anything else, did you observe on the rest of his body?
He was bleeding in the back of the head. So when I was wrapping I don't know why I was wrapping blankets around his head, but I didn't know. He had a cut on the back of his head.
Do you recall which side of his head that cut was on?
I don't. It just was blood on the blanket that was under him.